Chairman, this is the great fault line that exists in the platinum industry, that there isn't any centralized bargaining. And as far as I remember, the companies, for competitive reasons, have felt that they did not want to have a centralized bargaining because they did not want the secrets, trade secrets that they had to be known to each other. And as a result, the pay levels tended to be the proprietary of one company, and at the best of time, the other company did not know, and if they did know, it would be obtaining information through other means. And so the information was usually not publicly available. So it is for this reason that in various other companies, and indeed in Lonmin, one did not immediately get to know what was being paid to a category of other workers, because they tended to keep it to themselves. This, in my view, could have been solved quite easily if there was centralized bargaining, like there is centralized bargaining in the other two industries that I know of, the coal industry as well as the gold industry.
It's not quite as simple as I understand the thrust of what you say, and in fact, I'm interested to hear that you take the view that centralized bargaining would be appropriate for the platinum industry, which of course as a result of the recent strike is effectively what happened. But that's another issue we don't have to go into now. But there's some suggestion on material before us that certainly the rock drill operators in the different mines knew quite quickly what their opposite numbers were getting in other mines.
They did get to know.
So I would have thought that it would have been possible for Lonmin, once it was publicly announced that Impala had settled their strike by giving increases, to find out what the increases were. So, okay, it mightn't have been instantaneous, it mightn't have been immediate in the sense that within a few days or so they didn't know, but it wouldn't have been difficult in a matter of weeks to find out what the relevant figures were. That must be right, surely.
That is correct.
Yeah. And so the further point that arises is, it would have been sensible, I would have thought, this is a prima facie view I'm putting to you,
yes.
It would have been sensible, I would have thought, for Lonmin, once they realize, and would have been sensible for Amplats too, of course, once they realize that Impala have given a big increase to the RDOs, there will inevitably be ripple effects of that.
Indeed.
So it would have been sensible for Lonmin to have found out what the increases were. Do you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
And if they'd done that, they should have communicated, the management should have communicated to the non-executive directors as well.
Yes.
And then one can imagine the kind of initiatives you might have taken if that information had been conveyed to you.
Yes,
Am I
indeed.
right?
You're right.
You deserve to know more.
eNCA.com.